think my voice is added in.
Yeah, so guys, hello everybody and welcome to WOR main channel tier 3 at Canada. I have been called in last minute for commentary. And let's just see how this goes.
Yeah, it's going to be a very close qualifying and race, really.
Just going to get a little bit of information around this championship. I'm not sure who's 100% leading it at the moment. Just going to get that up for you now. XBT3. So after round 5 with Netherlands, Flying Rosie is leading, followed by Cheetah, Caesar, Humperdinck and Jam Pancakes rounding out the top 4. And as it stands, McLaren are leading constructors with a 46-point gap to second place.
Very good.
The championship leader is in the lobby today. His teammate though isn't, but we do have a reserve in for him, so it shouldn't hamper the constructors as much.
Yes, so far, McLaren, very good so far. I raced on this circuit yesterday in tier 4, and it was one difficult race and one difficult qualifying.
This track is very difficult, I can agree. So hopefully they can provide the racing that we expect from them.
Yeah.
Do the very high caliber grid, very high with talent.
I think it's going to be close. Top 5 are definitely going to be close.
Yep. Who are you backing for pole? Most importantly, I'm going to ask you, who are you backing for pole position?
It's difficult, but I think possibly GTM Caesar could be in there, possibly. I saw him on at Canada quite a while back. He did very well, but I'm not sure. It's such a close grid, and also it's such just a close and tight track.
Also, yes, I do agree. There is obviously no room for mistakes due to the very tight track limits, and if you make one mistake, you're essentially in a wall, or you've lost very much a lot of time. Yes, for pole, I'm going to back. Where is he? Aston Martin of the Humperdinck. I am backing for pole today.
Possibly me too as well. I think it's going to be close, possibly between I think Humperdinck and Caesar. I think it might be close as both Red Bulls come out of the pits with FRT Heaven leading.
That is the lead car, I believe, is FRT Heaven. I will go on board with him now. There he is in P. No, he's not lead car. His teammate FRT Blackie is the lead car. Both rival drivers on the medium compound tyre. Obviously, opposite. No, I'm sorry. FRT Heaven is on the soft compound of tyre.
Everybody.
The red.
Yeah, this is going to be close. I think Blackie might have a chance on the mediums, but I think he might have to go for softs towards the end.
Definitely going to be a soft pole, because you never see a medium pole anywhere.
And it also
But
depends on the race as well.
Like, I don't know, say like Caesar could pull up some monster lap on pole on the medium compound. Wait to see driver ability, see who can stick their car where on the grid.
So Blackie is going to be the first one coming up to the last few corners. Start his lap. I'm on board with him now.
I'll let you take him through a lap if you want to do it.
So going down to turn 1, can he get the braking zone nice? He gets the apex, then going into a very fast turn 2. It's very slow and difficult. Very good on the grid, a little slide there. Now going down into turn 3 and 4, fast section. Does it very nicely, a little bit slow, very close to the wall.
Very cautious.
Yeah, very That corner does get you out on track limits quite a lot. Now coming into sector 2, very clean, very nice. Not risking it, I would say. I don't think he's exactly risking it. Now heading down into one of the fastest corners, he gets it right. Pretty good right there from Blackie. I have to say, a bit cautious on the brakes. Now into the hairpin, goes fast, of course, but he is the first one coming round. Very good on the grip. So far, a very good lap, but a bit cautious. So we could see another few tenths coming down towards the final 2 corners. Can he get this right? These are some of the most difficult corners. He does get it absolutely perfect. Bit of oversteer.
Oh, big slide out the chicane, and that is a 1 minute 9.3.
That is very good.
Set. Oh, I think it was a 9.6. I'm not beat.
Wow.
His teammate's time at the moment.
That was a very good lap. Heaven's struggling a bit. FRT Heaven, his teammate. With only a 1 minute 9.6 on softs. So possibly Blackie, that time on the mediums is a very good one as...
Oh, speaking of which, FRT he just blitzes the grid with an 8.9 Dash Championship leader, currently sitting on provisional pole with a 1.8.9. Liam Harben, P4 with a 9.6. Kazu Savoy up the line goes P5 with an 11.1. Times will be piling in. We've got Steve, have we stopped Steve up to the line up now? Steve in sector 1. PTMC's on the softs, only merely behind the championship leader Flying Rozzy. Any more drive? We have Humperdinck entering the final hairpin now, the man that we both
Limp Jet is coming up to the line. It's going to be only P6.
Yep. Sorry. Yep, so on board with Humperdinck now on the run to the chicane, the man we both back to pole before qualifying started. See how he navigates the chicane. So you don't clip it on the inside outside too much, otherwise you would invalidate. Humperdinck navigates. Now it's very close to the wall, potentially become a tad bit down.
Here comes Humperdinck.
Only
third.
P3. Only third.
And 3 tenths off of that fastest time lap. 2.5 tenths, sorry. So still got quite a bit of a gap.
Is invalid. Steve F1 up to the line on the medium compound tyre bar where he stick his Ferrari. He will stick his Ferrari in P8, so we're going board with, I believe it is Adam Dude on the soft compound tyre in sector 3. Coming up to the final chicane now. We'll navigate it nicely, let me see what other drivers do. Navigates very nicely, slight bit on the cautious side. Then let's get on the power on the run to the line where Adam Dude places his car.
Oh!
Look at Peter! Oh!
That was one
Just
good lap.
Oh, that was amazing.
Those last 2 corners, I think, was where he gained all of the time. Those last 2 corners.
He can easily gain a lot.
Here comes Parv. Parv is the next driver.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Very cautious again. Going safe with the gears. Very safe. Up to the line. It's only P7.
P7. Formula 1 Owen. I believe he's the next man not on a lap. Not on a lap, but it does appear that he has backed off of his lap, so he will not be setting time. Yeah, it's the first round of time.
Here comes Steve again. Round the final 2. All onto the grass. Lost a bit of time there. Coming up to the line. It's gonna be only 10. Much better. 4 tenths faster, but still quite far off.
Obviously, it does look all set for Rozzy to take original pole for the first round of laps until Adam Dude just come out of nowhere and absolutely blitzed it.
Yeah, that was one great lap. He seemed so much more confident, I think, into those last 2 corners. He was confident. I've just checked his sector times, and he was so confident through those last 2 corners, and also through sector 1. Very confident. A few other people have sort of backed off a little bit on their laps, going through sector 1 and sector 2. Cheetah is starting a lap. He is out on the softs currently, so this could be a possible good lap. A little bit of oversteer. And not too bad so far, and he does invalidate though.
Yeah, so him obviously to come into the sector 1 chicane. The cutting too much on the inside or cutting too much for the inside. just setting your time as invalid. Unfortunately, Blackie, I believe, is on a lap. We're going to bother him now. He is indeed. We'll try and get the ball after you. No, try. I can't change for you guys. Apologies about that because my right bumper button doesn't work. Apologies. Up to line now, Blackie is 6 tenths up on his time. This will put him.
He is on soft though, so he has to change compound. But this is theoretically quickest.
8.7 will put him on at the moment, which will blitz Adam do by 2 tenths. As it was just bank catching them, so Blackie now gets the final chicane now.
Oh, he hit the wall.
Just clips the wall there. That might have given him a little bit of time. He was very good on entry and exit. And he was 8.6. 3 tenths clear.
I'm sorry, that's in another league right there. That lap was in another league. I have to say, Adam Dude's lap was great, but where Blackie has found that lap time is crazy.
Indeed it is. I just want to NUFC Ryan now, sector 1. He's only half tenth up on his lap. Navigating the tricky end of sector 2 chicane. Now it's a very nice straight on power gear 5 down to sector 2-3 split. And he is only a tenth up on his time, not finding as much time as Blackie did, but as we did say, he was on the mediums. Very cautious onto the power out of the hairpin now, so you don't put power on too much straight away, otherwise you will be spinning. One around onto the final chicane now, stick it to the left, don't stick it to the right, otherwise your chicane run will be ruined. How will he attack the chicane compared to like Blackie and Adam Dude? He's attacking very nice. Oh, but valid to the inside. That is NUFC Ryan's time invalid. That would have been a 9.2. That would have put him just above Humperdinck.
Technical is coming up now towards the line. He is on softs and he goes P2.
P2. Fair lap from him, but not matching Blackie at all. Blackie is still in his own league.
Yeah, I have to say, that lap was, I saw pretty much half of the lap, and that was a very good half lap. No mistakes at all.
So the Humperdinck is 3 tenths up in the end of sector 2, coming into 3. So he navigates the final chicane compared to other drivers. Back to pole, can he stick it on pole? And he navigates the chicane. Oh, a bit hasty, but very nice. And on the right line, will he take pole off FRT Blackie? It does appear that he won't. He will only go P5, losing a bit of time in the final sector.
Very close. Everybody's really close in this. Oh, and Heaven's round.
Starting Heaven, trying to start his lap, and he has put his car in the wall. That might be his.
I think that was his last attempt, possibly. Adam Dude is on a lap.
I don't know how much time. I don't know how much time's left.
Me neither. I'm not actually too sure. There's just yellow sectors everywhere. 7 minutes still on the clock.
He might just scrape getting back in time, but the wing damage will hamper
Humperdinck is on a lap.
Adam Dude on a lap, navigating the sector 2 chicane. Very wide out of the exit, on the way down to the line. Can he claim pole back from Blackie? Adam Dude's actually down on his time. He did not have the greatest sector 2 run at all.
Flying, we'll see coming towards the end of that sector, but also Adam Dude is in the same part. 3 drivers, I think, are all in the same part. Very nice.
Very good, very nice. Up to the line, Adam Dude only improved by half a tenth. Was he? Oh, he can't take pole off Blackie either. Blackie appears to just blitz pole completely. No one's able to catch him.
And here comes Caesar. Only goes P6. There.
Limp Jet.
Up by a 10.
Limp Jet
He's
now.
going in.
Limp Jet pits.
And Steve is on the lap. And he's all P4 for Steam.
Ooh, 8/10 improvements, immense on him there. That does chuck him up straight up to P4. There is an Alpine coming up to the line now that doesn't like any FC Ryan, but it both Alpines, both on out laps. Oh, no, Cheetah. I believe he was on a lap. Cheetah, oh, goes P3 with 8.8. Solid time for him there. Very respectable.
I think currently it's crazy how Humperdinck is still over 3/10 off from Blackie. It's not as tight as I thought it would be.
I agree. Well, Blackie up to the line. Blackie is 2 seconds down. I believe he might be going again. We're going board with Shizuka Savoy for a lap. Only sitting P16, bottom of all valid time set. Stand board with Shizuka into turn 1 now. Very cautious compared to how we've seen other drivers take it. Not going down to gear 2 like many other drivers do. Through it on the power, good line through turn 1 and 2 into the sector 1 chicane. And never rotating the inside curve, that would be Luca not sitting another time this lap.
PMS Amazed is on a lap so far, not a bad one.
I think he has backed off.
Yeah, he has. He was on mediums.
So short,
I think he should have gone out on softs maybe instead.
Yeah, FRC Blackie though, I believe he is on a lap. Well, he said himself. Forward him now as he is on the run down to final chicane. He boxes as well also. NFC Ryan, I believe he might be on a lap. We'll look at second times now. He's 4 times down, he is not on a lap. Our Sam 29M, he is going again I believe. We're going board with Sam 29M for a lap unless there is drivers behind.
It is his teammate.
Who is invalid. So we'll start with Sam 29M on his second run on the soft compound of tyre. Alpha Tauris currently sitting in the bottom 3 of all valid times set.
Yeah,
Time's not pending, but good for the Alpha Tauris so far.
No, I'm shocked, especially with Savoya, how he is over a second off of his teammate as well. I'm really shocked how he's that far off, because he has wing damage, I believe, as he's understeering a lot. But Sam29 is up by 2.5 tenths. This will put him up into P14, but this is still not what AlphaTauri need. They really need to be P11, P10. They're quite far off still.
Luca needs to grind it back to the pits now if he wants any hope potentially getting out for another run. I don't believe he will. Sometimes let's go P14, like you said.
Yeah.
Relatively decent and memorable lap from him there. We've gone board with VSR Fresh. Oh, almost runs up to the wall there. Which is why has retired in the pit.
And the guys run off in one of the corners. I believe it's a Red Bull. It is Heaven. Fresh could do a good lap here.
Probably the only man not yet to the lap. VSR Fresh now entering the final chicane.
Very nice
line. Where will he stick himself up to the line now? And he will go P7 with an 8.9. Please think P1 and P9 are only 3 tenths apart. This will be a very good race. I can already see it here. You heard it here. You heard it here, folks.
Just trying to find who's on the latest lap, who's first down the road.
These are invalid.
Adam D just went half a tenth faster and climbed up into P6. Humperdinck is
the Cheetah. The Cheetah over 3 coming down to final chicane. Oh, what a line from the front. Perfect line from the chicane. That surely set him up higher.
He goes fastest!
By 3 tenths! What a final chicane! Oh my god.
And Blackie's
Will
invalidated as well.
Will Blackie be able to reclaim pole? There's a bit of a train for laps here.
Typical on a lap. I think also Freshers on a lap, but typical. He goes P4.
That's from in there. Don't get that.
Humperdinck 600's up. Did hit the wall. It's P4. Oh!
Formula 1 Owen's out. Formula 1 Owen is out. Just stuck a ball in there, and he did not have a good one out the final chicane at all, and did stick himself in a wall as a result. And UFC Ryan has backed off. Limp Jet is invalidated. PTM Caesar is on the run into the final chicane now. Oh, Caesar spun. Oh, Caesar lost his front wing. That'll be Caesar not improving his time, and he will be currently residing P9 if no one drives behind him can improve. Limjet's pitting, and UFC Ryan's pitting. Half 234 is down on his time. Team SMA's only one that can knock Caesar down into 10th place as it stands.
Hard is on a lap. He has backed off. Time Rossi is coming down perfect chicane, absolutely perfect.
Slightly hesitant though, but where will he go? He will only go P2. Let's say for Cheetah to take pole. Team SMA's did not get a good lap in at all. They realise that is your grid set now. The man that we both back with pole is in P4. Cheetah, you did earlier back Cheetah, so your early prediction was right.
Yeah.
That is your front row for the Canadian Grand Prix with the Alpine of Cheetah and the Red Bull of FRT Blackie. Well done, both drivers.
Yeah, I'm really shocked. I have to say, all of that top, I would say all of those guys to get into the 1 minute 8, really good laps from them. But I think the two guys really on top were Blackie and Cheetah. I think they were both a little bit in their sort of own world a little bit. Especially Blackie with that first lap time, getting into the 0.6s. But then Cheetah just came along and took that by 3/10, which is shocking. But wow.
Just going to go through the grid for you all. So it is Cheetah 043, FRT Blackie, Rozzy, Humperdinck, Typical, Steve, Adam, Fresh, Caesar, Limpjet, Ryan, Hardman, Harv, Heaven, Sam, Formula 1 Owen, Tracy Savoya, and TMS Amaze.
Absolutely crazy grid. Few people only set their best laps on mediums, which is of course a bit disappointing for a few of them.
I am looking in the tier 3 chat. It does appear that there were some broken brake boards, which
I think it was possibly in the last few corners on the circuit where that happened.
I was told final sector, so it could be anywhere from the hairpin to the final chicane.
So, who do you think's going to win this race off of pace?
Couldn't tell you. How close the grid is, I couldn't tell you.
I think it's really going to come down to who's stuck on a race setup and who's stuck on a qualifying setup.
I don't know.
I suspect that it could possibly be a few of the guys from maybe 8th to 10th who are stuck on a race setup and are going to possibly do better in the race than they did in qualifying, but we'll just have to see.
doesn't look wet, but also very cloudy.
Yeah. I'm not sure how this could go. It could rain at any point, really. It really could rain. And it's just going to depend on who's going to possibly do better in the wet, it might come down to, if it does end up raining.
Indeed. Let's see how it pans out. Well, all the drivers. It seems very unlikely that they did have a wet setup on, but who knows? So it is a soft medium predicted, but drivers probably string the tires up for a lot longer than what WAWS pit strategy says. As the leader is starting sector 3 now.
Few drivers who really need to make a push here and try and get up the order is TMS Amazed, WOR, and Formula 1 Owen, because Formula 1 Owen was on a lap. He was going 0.3 faster on the softs going into sector 3, so he would have had a chance at possibly getting into the top 12, but definitely a lot to see from these guys.
Indeed, yes, they are all coming back to the pit straight now, ready to start this Canadian Grand Prix. I will call the start. As TMS and Mays sorts into the good spot now. Well, like 3 lights, 2 lights, 1 light. Lights are on the way. We go for the Canadian Grand Prix WR Tier 2. San 29 with a drive-through penalty. Cheetah well off the start. Blackie also well off the start. Blackie could go around the outside to turn 1. He does not get back out. All those contact at the back. I'm not sure who with, but San 29M has dropped through the back as a result of his drive-through.
Blackie takes the lead.
Blackie into the lead. Cheetah goes off track.
Contact further back. TMS Amaze getting some damage, I believe. He does have some damage. Good start for Savoia, up to 14.
Yeah, great start for Savoia indeed. Get the distance up now. Caesar's gone down 3.
Oh, but
Carbon's down 6. It's all happening here, folks, on the opening lap of this Canadian Grand Prix. Adam Dude looking to get off something into the chicane.
Adam Duke going for the move.
Oh, but I'm thinking very defensive and preventing the move from Adam Dude indefinitely.
Side by side from Caesar and Heaven. Contact as well.
Oh, contact again.
And Half comes through.
Caesar gets a 3-second time penalty only on lap 2.
Caesar's dropping through the grid as well. As Formula 1 Owen is off.
Contact with Formula 1 Owen and FRT Heaven, that's Owen off and into the wall. Not sure if he picked up damage at all.
It doesn't seem like he has actually. He seems, there doesn't seem to be any understeer, which is good, of course, for Owen. Humperdinck and Closing Rossi both staying in position. Very good for them. Very good start.
The only drivers to actually hold position.
Yeah.
So well done to them.
But now you see Cheetah and Blackie are both starting to wander off into the distance a little bit for Rossi and Humperdinck. Humperdinck's looking for the move on Rossi. Going down into the last 2 corners. He does back out for the last second.
Oh, back up very wise.
Caesar is up to 11.
Also Savoia now with Fresh and Heaven, but pick up damage, so Savoia is now at P12. FRT Heaven has retired in the pits.
I think he got really bad damage. I think he got some side pod damage or something. Because he seemed to be really struggling.
Yep, it is probable, but that is now Savoya from the almost back of the grid up into P12. Savoya is having a good start to this Canadian Grand Prix.
If you go for flying Rossi all the way down to Steve F1 in 7th, there's just this train of drivers all within 1 or 2 seconds of each other, and with DRS,
And
it's going to be difficult.
Limpjet is bringing this train even further. You see, Steve has got the fastest sector too, so far.
Humperdinck's going for it.
Humperdinck has gone for it on Rossi. Humperdinck has appeared to have got the move on Rossi, but Rossi does have DRS. Off the come front, Rossi could get the move done back into the chicane. Thinks wise and does not. Oh, Humperdinck with a terror run through chicane though, that could allow Rossi to get back past. It does not. Adam Dude is getting this cut. Oh! Adam Dude locks up into turn 2, which could allow Typical past. Typical cannot get past just yet. Cheetah 043 could be looking to get the move back on FT Blackie. Caesar picked up a second production time penalty. Penalties proving foul for the TTM driver here. All yellow flag. That's Formula 1 Owen. Round in sector 2.
Wow.
Well, TMS Mays might have damage again, as he is very slow through sector 1.
TTM Caesar has now 6 seconds of penalties, which isn't good.
Not at all, obviously 4 laps in and 6 penalties, that's not very good at all. We could see Rossi getting back at Humperdinck very soon. He does not. Any moves further back? NEFC 1.5? No.
The grid's just spaced out a bit now.
Going to go briefly on board with TMS and May to see if he does have damage. Whether he pits now. Will he foul into the pit lane or will he continue on his own? No, he does not have damage. That was not a good one at all. It's fine, Rossi! Championship leader is out of the Grand Prix. What has happened? As a safety car as well. What has happened to the championship leader?
Possible side pod damage again. I'll ride on board with Sam. Let's see what happened here. It was. He got knocked out, I think, of the race. His tyre was off. Quite far down the straight as well.
Well, VSR Fresh has got... By slowing down, VSR Fresh has got a drive-through. It's confusing. Could we see many mediums or will we see any hards? We'll get the tyre graphic up now for you. Caesar's day is not getting any better. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. VSR Fresh trying to get another penalty for speeding on safety car. VSR Fresh. It's not going well for him either.
As Half does take the lead now, with NUFC Ryan behind and Savoya, and then it's Blackie in 4th. Oh no, Cheetah's down in 10th. This is a big problem. Cheetah's in 10th, but he's got medium runners in front. And Blackie's 4th, that gives Blackie a better chance.
That does bring the likes of Humperdinck, Adam Do, Typical and Steve. That brings almost everyone back into it now. VSR Fresh has opted for the hard, but he does have apparently 2 drive-throughs to serve.
And you can't serve a drive-through under a safety car, or virtual safety car. That's going to be a weakness for him, sadly. But just looking at the penalties, 11-second penalty for Caesar now. It's just not a good day for Caesar. But his teammate, Steve F1, is up in 8th. A few big changes in the grid. Harv is up 12th. Savoy is up 14 in this race, but he hasn't pitted yet. Adam Dude is up 1, and I believe he has already pitted.
Yeah,
And
just
Sam
up now.
29
Might see him.
is 11th, and I'm not sure if he has pitted or not either.
He has not, but he did have a drive for it. He was the one that jumped the start at the start of the race.
Yeah. Liam Hardman is in the pits. A little bit of lag. Gone on to the mediums. Fresh is coming in. But oh no, he hasn't realised. You can only have a drive-through in when it's not a safety car, because now he's in the pits.
Unless he started on mediums, pitted for hards, went back in for mediums just lap straight after. But no, he has retired from the session. That's VSR Fresh retiring from the session.
Very disappointing. I'm actually a bit sad.
We will be seeing the safety car in at the end of this lap. We will see around now. This appears as it is, otherwise it will be a really late call.
5 drivers have had their tyres. They haven't pitted.
That's a very late call. That'll be half, 2, 3, 4 from the restart.
All the way from 4th down to 10th, they've all pitted for new mediums. And Cheetah's 10th, which is not good. That means his fresh run is right in front of him.
Harv will be doing everything that he can to essentially help his teammate get through on Blackie. Hopefully, all is doing through clean respect.
Savoy has a bad restart, and Blackie does go past. He's going to let Savoy back through. Coming down into the next corner. Clashing tyres. And now Blackie does come out in front of Savoy. And yeah, Blackie is now in front. He's up to P3. So a bit of disappointment there, I think, for Savoy, losing out by not even the end of sector 1. Savoy and Humperdinck side by side. And here comes Adam Dude. Is he going to go for it? No, he's not.
Yeah, that's Adam Dude, sorry, past him as well.
VSR goes up to 11th.
VSR Fresh's car is still out on track. I'm not very sure why. We'll see where that car goes. Potentially have the likes of halves now. But it does not. Oh, Steve had a terrible line for that chicane, and Steve is down another few seconds.
As Cheetah lets him back past.
Might have got a legal overtake because it is a yellow flag in sector 1.
And here comes Caesar on Cheetah as well, as Limjet gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags, and Caesar does get past. Crazy.
I'm intrigued to see what strategies will be at the end of this race now.
So far,
Humperdinck only 8 attempts off of Blackie. Blackie setting the pace. Blackie does look set to win this race very easily. On the back of the leading pair in UFC Ryan 2006 and halves 2, 3, 4. It is a yellow flag in sector 3. That's TTM Caesar. I'm not sure what happens in there, but he is now down at the back of the pack.
this is not working well. So as Blackie gets past Ryan,
Typical.
Wow.
Gets a 3 second.
But Cheetah, this is not what he would have wanted this race.
TTM Caesar now retired in the pits also.
Wow. So many people retiring so far. 4 people have retired in just the first 10 laps. Savoy is struggling a bit to hold up Steve F1 and Cheetah. both close behind.
Wait to see. Blackie should reclaim the lead. Blackie may have slight damage there. He did have contact with the rear wing of Halve 234. That will be a £50,000 fine for Halve.
And here comes Blackie on half as Blackie takes the lead of the race. As also Cheetah gets past Savoya, but he's still got Steve in front, who doesn't seem to be able to get past at the moment. But really not going the way that Cheetah would have wanted it to go, running P9. He was running P2 at one point. Not a good race.
The Alpha Tower, for both the Alpha Towers, both of them not a good show at all.
No.
Same with several likes on McLarens, who are P14 and out.
Yeah. Shocking how Flying Rossi just retired. But the gap is increasing at the front, with Blackie having over a second lead. As Amaze gets past Savoya. So Amaze, possibly, is he having a bit of a comeback? Could he get points? There's still a few people with penalties, so there could be a chance.
Ooh. There's also a little battle here between Humperdinck and FBF's NUFC Ryan, as Humperdinck sends.
Here comes Adam Dude as well. You're gonna go for both of them. No, he doesn't.
Surely we'll see team orders from Aston Martin sooner or later. Let the other one pass. But no, Adam Dude might get past Humperdinck now. Oh no, there is slight contact, and Humperdinck.
And Steve is round.
Now. Steve is round.
Cheetah is now up into P8, but that could have been caused by Cheetah. That honestly could have. I didn't see what happened, so there might be an investigation into that. Ryan,
We could potentially
doing well.
see team orders between the Aston Martins to let Humperdinck pass. Ideally into the hairpin. No team orders as of yet. Well, Humperdinck took a very deep line. Could potentially allow Adam Dude to pass, and he does not do that. Halve not with DRS, so Humperdinck should be getting past. As Halve gets in between Adam Dude and Humperdinck wonderfully, but Adam Dude does immediately get past.
Halve, of course, did not pit, so we may see him start to drop off a bit more, like Ryan as well, and Sam and Amaze, but also Savoya. And he spins round. Savoya is round.
After contact with Formula 1 Owen, and he does reset the track. So I don't believe is allowed.
I don't.
Humperdinck actually gained on Blackie. Blackie has not found pace on his mediums at all, like Humperdinck, who has.
Both of them have relatively the same amount of DRS at the moment. Just looking through the field of who's closest to make a move. Ryan's going to try and make a move on Halve, who goes into the pits. And Halve gets a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, he does get a penalty in doing so.
He is up to 7th, but he's still so far behind Blackie right now. The grid's just sort of spacing out a bit more now.
Yep, obviously the people that haven't pit may have made a slight influence in that one.
Yeah,
Halve
definitely.
out of the pits. on the back of Savoya.
I'm just looking at typical right now. We could look to making. Oh, and someone's round.
This is Formula 1 Owen.
As typical's going for the move on Ryan, and he is going to get the move done. Very nice move from typical there as Ryan goes into the pits.
Could potentially see Sam follow. Sam does not yet follow. Savoya makes it past Formula 1 Owen. Savoya getting all caught up in dirty air there and having to go off at the final chicane. Cheetah gets a 3-second time penalty. That is crucial
That's not
for
good.
the
Again,
Alpine driver.
that's not good if he's really wanting to fight FRT Blackie towards the end of the race. If Cheetah does get to Blackie, that's really not going to help him.
That's unlucky Caesar, I get what I mean. Just had information that Caesar couldn't concentrate because he has COVID. Unlucky Caesar, get what I mean, boy. Yeah, next week.
Very sad, disappointing there.
Honestly, do feel sad for you, mate. Sam might try to string his mediums out for a soft medium. A medium soft, sorry, but I'm intrigued to see if he does.
I don't think
very
his
bizarre.
mediums will last that long. I think he'll pit by lap 20 at least.
Yeah, 15 laps on the medium, so he isn't up for it.
And Cheetah is close behind Linkjet. He has got DRS on him.
Adam Dude could be getting past Humperdinck very soon. 2 times separating the pair.
Humperdinck looked fast, but I think possibly Blackie's possibly just stepped up the pace a little bit more in the last few laps.
Certainly does appear that way, I agree. Look at the ERS comparison between the top 3.
Yeah, Blackie
So-
has the least.
Blackie has the lead, starting with 9. Humperdinck is 30. Adam Dude has 85.
And Amaze gets a 3-second penalty, sorry. Where is Amaze? I don't... There it is, P8. Good day for Amaze so far. 10 positions up.
Back.
He hasn't pitted yet, either.
He has.
Yeah, he has.
Amazing.
Oh, that was early on in the race. That's when it was. Adam Dude close to Humperdinck, but Humperdinck's just got DRS on Blackie, which I think is just keeping them apart. I think Humperdinck just has more straight line speed. This Formula 1 Owen goes the fastest lap.
We're still with his top 3 battle here as Adam Dude is hunting down Humperdinck, comes down Blackie. Blackie can defend from the pair.
Humperdinck's gotten closer to Blackie. I think he's using a bit more ERS now. But I think the DRS is also helping a lot.
But Adam Dude does have a lot more ERS to play with.
Which will be useful towards possibly the possible third stint if they do stop again.
Indeed.
These top 3 just have to make sure they don't get a penalty, because as soon as they get a 3 or 5-second penalty, they might lose out on a chance for a podium or even the win.
So something dramatic would have to happen for one of these top 3 not to take the win.
Yeah.
Just gonna have a look at warnings for the top 3 here. Blackie is on 2 warnings. Humperdinck is on 2 warnings. They're all on 2 warnings for mistake. And their hunt for the win could indeed be over.
And here comes Adam Dude. He's right up close to Humperdinck, closest he's been in a while. And Liam Hardman's also looking for a move further back. As here comes Adam Dude. Will he go for move into turn 1? No, he's not. He backs off.
No, he won't. As Cheetah pits again.
Steve gets a penalty and
Steve gets a 3 second
round.
Liam Hardman's round. Formula 1 Owens retired. There is another safety car.
Oh, that must have just helped Cheetah there. That might have just helped him.
And crucially, Sam 29M.
Yeah.
Most crucially, this might have helped Shazoo Savoya.
Penalties. This is the penalty rundown. Typical is the first one to have penalties with 3 seconds. Limjet has 5 seconds of penalties. PMS and Maced has 3 seconds, and it's the same all the way down to Cheetah, and then NUFC Ryan has 8 seconds of penalties. That's gonna hurt towards the end of the race. And then Liam Hardman and Savoya both have 3 seconds of penalties.
I will be right back. Sorry.
So a good split.
I'm leaving you on board with Blackie. I'll be back in a minute.
But a very good split between this top group as Adam Dude is in the pits as well. Everybody is pitting. Limpjet's going to have to wait 5 seconds. And I think as Blackie still comes out in the lead, I believe. And Blackie does. He's still in the lead of this race on mediums. So the rundown of the tyres as well. So the rundown from first to third, they're all on mediums. The same top 3 as well. Typical is on softs. Then the next 3 are also on mediums. Then we got Linkjet and Amazed on softs. Then Steve F1, NU FC Ryan on mediums with Steve F1. Liam Hardman and Savoya both on softs. So this is quite difficult, but the grid is spaced out quite a bit due to some things. But you can see this top 3 are really close. They don't have penalties. Neither does Sam, who's P6. As Liam Hardman has left the session. I'll see if he needs possibly to be invited back, possibly. Have a look just now. But this top 3 can't be split. They're in their own. They have their own sort of pace left. No one. People seem to be pretty close. But still, the softs may last. That could have been from typical Limpjet, Amazed, Liam Hardman and Savoya. That could have been a smart strategy move, or it could just make them struggle towards the end of the race. It's all going to come down to this.
Apologies everybody, I am back.
A few things have happened. A few people have gone onto the softs. Typical has, Limpjet, Amazed, Liam Hardman and Savoya are all on the softs, but all the rest are on mediums. Sam is actually P6 as well, so very good for him.
Indeed, he is doing very well. A man who didn't have good qualifying at all.
Difficult qualifying for both AlphaTauris. You see, there's one in the sort of mid-pack at the moment, and there's one right at the back, who is also Savoya. But I have to say, it's a good recovery for AlphaTauri from being sort of team right at the sort of relative back of the grid to now being further in front. That will help. But the top three are still the same. And when will Blackie go? Because it's all going to come down to if he can get a good start. And there goes Blackie, he is going.
He's gone very early.
But he's actually gotten a pretty good lead though. And
Adam Dude
gets as well. That's big. That is really big. This could put him out of the chance for a win at the moment.
and put Sam in contention for a podium as Sam started P15.
This is going to be close. Sam really needs to get in front of Harv. As Harv gets another 3-second penalty, that means Harv is up to 8 seconds of penalties. Sam really needs to clear Harv right now if he wants to have a chance at the podium. But Blackie getting away pretty well.
Blackie has had probably one of the greatest horses of his life. I've got to say, car for going very early. There was a yellow flag already. Now is Liam Harmon out?
I just saw the tiny little clip of that just for the last second. That was a bit scary. I just saw a tyre fly off someone. There's only 12 runners now, and it's another safety car.
Oh my god.
Sam's going into the pits. Why is he going into the pits? He could be going for softs.
Harv, Steve, Ryan, Savoya again.
I don't think Savoy is going to be getting anywhere in this race. But Harv is going to have to wait for his penalty, which means Sam is going to come out miles in front of quite a few people here. Does get in front of Steve and Harv. This is good. Two sort of rivals for him. He needed to get past. Well, just Harv, sorry. He's gotten past him, which will help a lot. How many more safety cars are we going to have?
Hopefully none.
Yeah.
Time will tell. You know, that was only on the restart as well, the first half after the restart, and we all had another safety car.
I do just want to say it's sad for a few of the people who have DNF in this race, especially, for instance, drivers like Caesar, who due to COVID
Both
he couldn't
McLarens.
focus, and Rossi as well, the championship leader.
Both McLarens out this race, which is bad.
It's more than bad. It's awful. This could give a team like Red. This could actually give, for instance, Blackie the chance to regain some points, and give all the teams a chance to regain some points on McLaren.
So Sam, my friend, if you're watching this, you're currently in shots for a podium.
He's now just got the problem of he's got a lot of drivers. Since he pitted onto softs, he's got a lot of drivers who have penalties. He's got to clear a lot of them if he wants a chance of that at a podium.
I was on the safety car. I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of this, which is going to be good news to you all. We do have the driver Nikita Mazepin has been replaced. He's now replaced by the returning Kevin Magnussen for the 2022 season. Welcome back to F1, Kevin.
I'm a K-Mag fan. I don't think he's a good driver. I think he's just a bit underrated, but yeah, it's great to have him back in Formula 1. I don't think he really got a good shot.
Apart from his debut race is probably the best race he had in his life.
Yeah.
The P2 in the debut race and overtaking the man who went on to be champion that year, Lewis Hamilton.
That's
the
crazy thing. Sadly, I think it was just he was let down by the teams a little bit. Personally, by what I think, he was let down by the teams and the cars that he was in. And here goes Blackie off
Alright,
the safety car
back to
restart.
racing, yep. Not getting a big of a jump as he did last restart. Hopefully we won't have another safety car on this restart.
So 6
Moving on
tenths.
board with the perspective of the back of the grid. See whether Savoya can make any further moves. As it stands, he cannot.
Currently, only 3 drivers without penalties, and that is FRT Blackie, Humperdinck, and Sam.
Apologies to my dogs in the background, which you might hear right now. As Humperdinck actually closing in on Blackie, not exactly pulling away. But this has given each driver a chance to regain.
Sam is really close to Ryan as the Maze makes a just has a bit of a problem going into sector 3. Adam Duden typically close to Humperdinck. Cheetah dropping off a little bit. As here comes Sam. Is he going to go for move on Ryan?
Not yet.
I think he might just wait until there's DRS and then make all his moves then. Personally to me, I don't think he should really risk it if there's a chance he could just make some easy overtakes in DRS. As Hart gets another penalty.
Another 6 seconds. That's him promoted to, I believe, 11 seconds penalty. So.
He's now got 6 seconds of penalties. He did get 5 of them taken off in the pit stop. Oh, Harv has a bit of a problem for that corner as well. So, not a great race for Savoya or Harv.
No. Savoy's had a good race. Obviously qualifying. I'm pretty sure it was either. Pretty sure he gets 17th, but to be P12, not tiring, it's still a great achievement for the upper power driver.
And Humperdinck's going for it. Humperdinck has made the move. Oh, there's contact between Blackie and Humperdinck. Now Adam Dude gets through. Adam Dude's looking for the move on Humperdinck. Oh my god, there's so much going on.
Typical now could be getting past Blackie. If Typical does get past Blackie now, as Cheetah is back into P5.
I think that may just thing is saddening for Attitude and Humperdinck and Typical. I think they both are at risk of just Blackie just getting them at the end anyway. I think Blackie might have some damage on his car, I believe. So he seems to be understeering quite a bit. And Blackie does get
a penalty. Oh, I do see what you mean. I can see what you mean with this understeer he's having. He's second down on his time as well, which isn't lucky at all. So,
and Sam is also there, remember, so that could be another position gained. Sam getting him closer towards the top 3. But at the moment, he is going to be on for a podium at this current rate.
Blackie does not peel into the pits, so Blackie appears to believe that he can carry on. As Humperdinck does accept the win. He does not get a penalty.
Steve does get past Ryan into turn 1. So a few moves happening. I think everybody's just... I do think Blackie does actually have damage right now because Cheetah's caught up to him and Blackie was going quite a bit faster before. Yeah, I'm really thinking Blackie has some floor damage. I think he might have some floor damage. But it's up to Humperdinck not to get a penalty, as Humperdinck does go deep, and he's at risk of being overtaken by Typical here. As Sam gets past Amazed, who I think he had a moment there, and Harv and Sam side by side. Pushed off a little bit there.
DRS enabled for both drivers.
Oh!
Oh, slight contact there.
And they're closing up on Steve.
Sam.
Oh,
there was contact between Steve and Sam. but all
Limp
are
Jet is going
pretty-
on Blackie, and Blackie has lost out. Ryan spun round, I think. He has got a bit of wing damage.
So Steve is Sam is past Steve. Okay, now sabotage the chicane. Steve backs out. Sam is through.
And Harv is looking for a move now as well. As Harv does make the move. Oh, bit of contact between. And Harv does get through. But Harv does have 3 more seconds of penalties. And Blackie is falling. And he's off. Blackie's off. And he gets another 3 seconds of penalty. Sam gets into P6 again. This could be a really crazy ending. As Blackie's dropping down the grid. I think Blackie might have given up on the dream of getting points at the moment.
Bear in mind, this will launch Zeus Savoya into the points.
And Steve gets another penalty, so does Harv, I believe, as well. Sam has a 3-second penalty.
Oh no! No!
That must be soul destroying.
That's heartbreak.
He'll still get points though, a good return though, from a bit of a bad qualifying.
You just want to talk about Shizu Savoya in the points.
Amazed is round.
A team is amazing round. That's Shizu Savoya up another position. Shizu Savoya now in P9.
Steve's
now in
gone
P8.
down.
Steve's gone round. Shizu Savoya is laughing now as he is picking up more and more positions. Hello.
Savoya in P8 behind his teammate Sam in P7. So far, I think Humperdinck is going to win this. Amaze gets a 3-second penalty. But Humperdinck is at risk of getting a 3-second penalty with those 2 warnings. He really is at risk. And if he does, that does mean he will leave. He will lose the win. A Steve DNF.
Is he retiring the pits or is he DNF?
He's retiring, I think.
On track?
Yes, I don't think he is. I don't think he's allowed to actually. I don't think you're meant to retire in the pits, I believe. So yeah, him retiring on track might get him a penalty for the next race. But Amazed is in the pits. Blackie's running P9, so a really bad day for Blackie, and Blackie hits the wall again. I think Blackie's possibly lost a bit of hope on this race, really.
Quite potentially.
It does go fastest in Sector 1 though, so has he just had a comeback all of a sudden?
Was the yellow flag? That's TMS Amazing very slowly.
As Harv gets past the Limp Jet, right at the same time as here comes Sam as well.
Oh, she's one picks another system time penalty.
And Sam is up into P6. Bit of a recovery for him.
Sam, 29M. As it stands, it will be typical occupying that P3 spot.
Currently I don't see anybody guessing P3.
What do you mean?
I don't see Cheetah catching up and getting P3 at the moment.
It's got to be typical, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think Cheetah's pushing a bit more, but he's so low on battery, he's below. He's at 3% right now. He's at 1%.
For a brief moment, Cheetah had nothing on his battery at all.
Typical's pretty close to Humperdinck. Humperdinck really needs to make sure Typical doesn't get in front of him because Typical may slow him down a lot. It's
and
close.
into mistakes. Hopefully not. 3 more laps left of this Grand Prix.
It's been a good one though, I can't lie.
Oh, well, yes, indeed. I mean, I'm going to agree with you there.
Been a difficult
TMS
day for
Mercedes.
some.
Yep. Both Ferraris, both McLarens. The sole Alfa Romeo going out. Hasn't been a good day at all for all the Ferrari powertrains.
Just sounds like Ferrari, doesn't it? Just sounds like them in real life.
Besides the fact that the Haas in P7, then yeah. Anywho, typical could be getting past something very soon. Basically having a couple more pace now. As we run the final corner for the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix, there'll be one more after this lap. Typical edging closer and closer to Humperdinck. Will Humperdinck get that unwanted 3-second penalty? Just gonna have a scroll through.
Humperdinck, look at how slow he's going now. He's going a lot slower. Make sure he doesn't get a penalty. But now he's at risk from typical.
Indeed he is. But he's pushing at just the right point, just to keep in the DRS of Adam Dude.
I would have liked to see if everybody's on the same amount of penalties as Harv gets another penalty. 9 seconds now. That's going to push him miles back to P7, I believe. So it's right up close to Harv. For a second at the hairpin.
Good ball with Sam. Sam could get past. There was a yellow flag. I believe that was Cheetah having a little bit of a mishap. Sam in turn 1 on Harv. Sam getting past Harv, and it's the final lap of the Grand Prix.
And Mays gets another penalty.
Company needs to go cautious anything now if he wants to win this race. Another yellow flag. Who is that? That the TMS and Mays retiring in the pit.
Only 10 people.
Harv is back past Sam.
Possible DRS. Typical's really close to Humperdinck. If he pressures Humperdinck, it could be a mistake.
Into the final chicane, indeed, it could be. But I don't believe Humperdinck is found to make these mistakes. I believe Humperdinck will take this off for you. That's what's fun. Adam Dude come around the final corner, take the win on track. Well done, Adam Dude. That's Humperdinck taking the win, typical getting P3. Where will Sam cross the line? Sam will jump up to 5th place. Limpjet taking P7, P6 actually. Harv's gone down a lot. Suzuki Voy after not having the greatest qualifying brings himself to take P9, and that'll be Blackie and NUFC Ryan occupying the bottom 2 positions.
So disappointing for Blackie.
Indeed.
Typical was close to Adam Dude, just half a second off. But good day for everybody, have to say. I think some drivers had bad luck, but I think those top 3 were real drivers today. Really didn't give up. To be honest, I didn't see Humperdinck winning this. I really didn't.
I saw Blackie winning this.
Yeah. He had led with such a sort of commanding lead, and then he just lost that. He just lost it all of a sudden.
Yeah, we're just going to get everyone in for, hopefully, for podium interviews.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, indeed.
But good job. I want to say well done to Humperdinck, Adam Dude, and Typical for all getting a podium. And well done to everybody, even if you DNF'd on lap 1. Good job for, just competing, Just attending. It's
attending
good.
the race. Here's P1, here's P2. Just waiting for Typical to join the party. As it sounds, Typical isn't in the party, so we will go with Adam Dude. If you want to clear your audio.
Yep, sorted.
Right, yep, Adam Dude obviously did well in that last stint after taking P1 from, I believe it was Blackie, as he got damaged. Obviously, unlucky to get the penalty, which prevented you from holding P1. But how did your race go for you, mate, from your perspective?
My race was really good. My pace was really good. I was comfortable in the train we were in, sorry. Before the first or second safety car, I was having a look at the Uppbeat because he sold me up big time. But I screwed myself over because on the first two safety car restarts, I corner cut the La chicane. So if it weren't for that, I would have had, well, could have had no panos and won the race. But you know, other than those two safety car restarts where I chopped the La chicane, I'm happy with how I drove.
You did very well, mate. Obviously, I believe it was P7 you qualified. P2, I'm not sure.
Yeah, P7 I qualified.
P7 to P2. Yep, obviously, well done to you, mate. Obviously, we're going board with the man who did take the eventual race win, Humperdinck. How did your race go, mate?
It was a good race. I didn't have the best pace headed into it. I barely did any practice now, so. But yeah, it was managed to hook up a decent quali lap. Then I think the Rossi got damaged, which obviously then elevated us a bit higher. And then safety cars and stuff like that, and you know, managed to pick my way through.
Then it did all look set after the first safety car restart. Blackie just passing everyone on the restart. Obviously, did look all set for Blackie spinning until he did clip the wall and get damaged.
Yeah, it was. I think on the first restart, obviously, I managed to get quite quickly, but I managed to get a slingshot off hard to get me and Adam back in the DRS, and yeah, it was from the obviously the restart he got damage, and you know, I think he was probably the quickest one there today. And obviously then the second safety car came out, and I think it benefited Typical a bit more. Obviously with the soft spot, he didn't really manage to have a go at us. He soft sided towards the end, so yeah.
It was very well driven from all drivers, obviously. Typical, then we've got party for a podium interview, so well done Adam Dude and well done to Humperdinck. That will be the tier 3 stream over today. Thank you everyone for watching and goodbye.